back to Adri's Homestead Life. Today we are going to make several yummy things about our plums we've just picked. We've picked 3 different varieties: Green Gage, Victoria Plum and Damson. And I'm going to do 4 recipes today. So we're going to have 4 different plum recipes. The first one is just going to be my box standard plum jam, because I've got quite a few jars left from the previous years. I don't need that many, so I'm going to use, I am following the recipe and not, I always change the recipes, but from my experience from over the years, when I have done this recipe, it says use 1.225 kilograms of plums and 1 kilogram of sugar and 350 ml water. So I'm probably gonna leave the water out. I'm gonna use organic cane sugar, and I'm going to use 2 kilograms of Victoria plum. So I'm gonna use 2 kilograms of plum. I'm gonna wash it, half it, de-stone it, and half the half, so like quarter it, and I'm gonna use just probably under a kilogram of organic cane sugar. That's gonna be our first recipe. The next one, what we're gonna do today, we are going to make plum chutney. I haven't done this before, so this is new to me. I am kind of following this recipe, but I'll make some adjustments. The recipe says 500 kilogram of dark red plums and 500 kilogram of light plums. So what I have chosen to do with my plum chutney, we're gonna use Green Gage and Victoria plum, half and half a kilo. It says 6 large garlic cloves, so I've got a bit more than 6 cloves of garlic cloves. Actually, I'm going to remove a few, we don't need that many. We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but some of them are quite small, so I would say that's 6 large garlic cloves. The recipe says 6 fresh red chilies, coarsely chopped. I have chosen all these different cayenne, jalapeno, and I think it's a yellow traveler. I've chosen 4, that's more than plenty for me. When it comes to spiciness, it says 75 ml water, I'll probably leave that out. Tamarind block or tamarind paste, unfortunately I haven't got that, so I'm going to leave that out. Also it says 250 ml of malt vinegar, I'm going to use my apple cider vinegar instead, 800 ml, sorry. It says 400 grams of light soft brown or white sugar. I am going to use 400 grams of organic cane sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon allspice berries, and 1 cinnamon stick. I'm just going to use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and it says black cumin seeds, but I'm going to leave that out. So this is going to be our plum chutney. Our third recipe is the Chinese style plum sauce, and these are the ingredients for that. So 2 kilograms of red plum, or half plums and half damsons. So I'm going to use 1 kilogram of Victoria plum and 1 kilogram of damson. 1 liter red wine vinegar or rice vinegar. That's when I've got a bit experimental, because I have to use what I've got. And I've used elderflower vinegar, rice vinegar, apple cider vinegar and white wine vinegar, because that's what I've got on hand, and I've got about 800 ml all together, all mixed up. So instead of the liter, I'm going to use 800 grams. I've got the 2 teaspoons of salt. I've got, recipe asks for 250 ml of dark soy sauce. I've only got about 100 ml. 300 grams of honey. We've got honey from last year from our bees, and 1 tablespoon of arrowroot or corn flour. I'm gonna use arrow root flour. And for the spice bag, it says 1 tablespoon star anise. I'm just gonna use 1 star anise. Sichuan pepper, I haven't got that one unfortunately, but I'm gonna use small dried red chili, crushed chili pepper, just so I've got a teaspoon of dried chili pepper there. Going back to the tamarind block from my plum chutney, I was doing a bit of a research. It says it's a good substitute if you can mix molasses with lime juice, so I'm gonna mix that 125 gram worth of molasses and lime juice, so we'll see how it goes. And our fourth recipe is gonna be the homestead plum pie. So if you're interested, stay with me, let's get cooking. I've just washed these 2 kilograms of Victoria plum. I am going to de-stone it. I've got this much plum left. So I've got the damson, the Victoria plum and the green gauge. So I might gonna use some, see how much is gonna be bad in this, you know, just in case. I like to have some leftovers. And we need some for fresh eating and also for the pie. So I've got my compost bin in here in front of me emptied, and that's where the stone goes. Most of these beautiful Victoria plums are very ripe, so sweet, and the stone comes off out easy. They are one of my absolute favorite plums. So yeah, curious how I'm gonna get on. I'm using all these recipes, it's quite new to me. So I'm just carry on, deal with all of these plums, and then I'm gonna use a heavy bottom pot. Probably I'm gonna use my cast iron casserole to make the, I've got two, so in one I'm gonna make the jam, and then the other one the chutney. And when the jam is done, probably I'm gonna start on with a Chinese style plum sauce. In that pot again. Right, we are now ready to get started. I'm just going to quickly weigh that again after now all these plums being de-stoned. So that's 1. 2, and 400 grams, so 2.4, nearly 2.5 kilograms of plum. I'll give a good stir. Put the lid on. It's very juicy plum. I decided not to put any water. And I'm going to weigh now the organic cane sugar. How much you've got in here. So we have 975. Let's make that a kilogram. There we go. That's 1 kilogram of organic cane sugar. It's 10-15 minutes has gone. We've got plenty of juice now out of that plum. I need to keep my eye on it now. We're gonna pour the 1 kilograms of sugar in it. Give it a good stir, put the lid back on, and I'm going to stir this and keep my eye on it until that sugar dissolves. medium high heat. The plum's now been cooking for about an hour. I do stir it occasionally, still on medium high heat. And probably that will need a few more hours, so I'm just gonna leave it to it, put the lid back on, and let's start with the chutney. The plum has been now cooking on the stove for about an hour and 15 minutes. I put the lid back on, I leave it to that. Next job is make the plum chutney. I have decided to put a bit of a damson in there as well. So I've got damson, green gage and Victoria plum in this recipe. I'm just going to take some of the seeds out of these chilies because I don't like too hot sauce or chutneys. So just remove it. I've got 2 jalapenos, 1 cayenne, and that one, I think it's a yellow traveler. I'm not sure, I have to check. So I might leave a few seeds in, but majority I will remove. I'm gonna chop this chili up and chop the garlic up as well. Leave that one like that, and I'm just going to chop this up just like in tiny cubes. That will cook nicely in the chutney. I know this jalapeno is very spicy, because then we've made the homestead jalapeno candy and I've tried a bit. Ooh. It was spicy. Just chopping these tiny cubes. I've got this wizard chopper in here, but I just got used to doing everything by hand. Let's just try this garlic if it works. It'll be quicker. Yeah. It's a bit loud. That's the job. Let's have a look. Oh, it's okay. Let's try chili. Let's do some chili. Oops. Can't open it now. Oh, I can. Oops. Just bought this, you know, I've got an awful lot of experience. It's working. Makes the job a bit quicker. I'm actually waiting today. It's supposed to come, should come. New blender. I'm really excited about. I don't know what this one is. It's stuck. Right, so that should make my life easier. That's good. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Now we can put things in there. I'm scared to try this, you know, just in case if it's too hot. So, right, we've got the garlic and the chili chopped up. And now we're going to make the molasses and lime juice. Mixture. what is gonna work instead of that. What is it called? Tamarind paste or block substitute. So I'm gonna put this much of the molasses, that must be about a tablespoon. And I'm gonna start with about a tablespoon of the lime juice. Is it coming out? Well, I'm gonna whisk it together. Let's see how that goes. It says 125 grams, but I'm not gonna put that much in it. It's an experiment, probably. So I'll mix this nice together like that. I have to try this. Smells strong. Not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna put this in. Let's weigh the sugar again. We've got a bit of dark and a bit of light organic cane sugar, and it's 300 grams. Okay, so 300 grams. Right, let's get started. I'm going to use this heavy pot, this cast iron pan, and what the recipe says: put plums, garlic, chili and water in the preserving pan, bring it to a boil and then simmer gently, stirring frequently for 15 to 20 minutes or until the plums are soft. So what I'm gonna do, right, put the sugar aside, and I would like to weigh again the plum. In the background you can hear my ice cream maker. I'm just doing banana ice cream. I've used 4 ingredients: double cream, condensed milk, banana and goat's milk. Right, let's see how much plum we are putting in. That's 1 kilogram. 1. Two point three kilograms of plum goes in there. Right, I've got the plums in here, 2.3 kilograms of plums, and I'm going to put the garlic and chili right in. And I'm going to put it on the stove. Plum jam is now on a rolling boil. So So I'll keep stirring. Very often. Still very liquidy. So it still needs going. On the other hand, our chutney, so we've put 3 different plums, we've got the garlic and 3 different chilies in here. Just had an idea, because in my boiling plate, that's really boiling now, and I need my simmer inside of my agar, so I'm going to try to put the jam to the oven. Let's see what's happened. So put it in there and stir it occasionally. And meanwhile, we're going to add some more ingredients to our plum chutney. So we're going to add, that started now, just a little bit bubbling. We're gonna add the vinegar. It's gonna be really full. We're gonna add the molasses and the lime mixture. I think this is gonna give this chutney a very dark color now. Never mind, as long as it will taste good. Sugar. I am very curious for my experiment, how is this gonna turn out. So, oops. I'm gonna put, for now, the lid back on and bring this up to a boil. I'm going to stir in the spices to this chutney, plum chutney. Good mix, put the lid back on and leave it to it. It's medium high heat. And let's have a look what our plum jam is looking like in that oven. Ooh, it's really boiling. Looks like caramelizing. But we might have a winner situation here, the winner. It's still very liquidy. I would like to reduce it at about a good third of this amount, but yeah. Smells delicious. I think I'm happy with that. You can put this back. To this very hot oven. roasting oven. I've just checking this plum jam. I wonder what that's gonna turn out like. It's gone very dark. Should be alright. Right, the chutney. You know, I'm thinking to put some raisins in it as well. I might put some raisins in it. And some sultanas. Just a little bit, like that. And some raisins. Just like that. Let's see what's happened. Oh, the plum chutney looks good and smells good. Well, it's been now 3 hours in the oven, looking really dark. Right, I think this is done. Now I'm going to make a start on our third recipe, but it's the Chinese style plum sauce. So again, I'm gonna de-stone these plums. And the mistake what I have made, you know, I forgot to chop the plums for smaller chunks in our previous recipes. So what I'm gonna do with the jam, I might just gonna merge blender, use my merge blender to just, you know, smooth it up. So I haven't got big chunks in my jam. In a chutney, now probably I just leave it as it is. But yeah, now this in a Chinese style plum sauce, I'm just gonna chop it up. It's not easy to peel the damson, so what I just do, oops, that's gone. But I just cut around the stone like that and just discard the stone. With the Victoria plum, it's so ready that it just literally, you know, falls apart. With the green gauge was actually that soft that I just put my finger in and took a stone out. But yeah, it's easy to work with the green gauge and a plum. It's not with the damson. So I just cut around the stone and take as much meaty damson off it as possible. So I'm just gonna carry on do the whole bowl, and then I'll bring you back how we have all of the ingredients and put it on the stove. I think my ice cream is ready now. Oh, look at this yummy banana ice cream. We're gonna have this Victoria sponge. I love the consistency of this. Just pop it in here, and we're gonna have a taste test in a minute. Just let it cool down. Right, I have decided to put the chutney to the oven as well. So we can make a start on the Chinese style plum sauce in here. Now it's 3 hours later. The plum jam is now ready. I am putting, my water is now boiling, so we are ready to jar our plum jam. but I'm going to start the Chinese style plum sauce. So we've got the two different plums, the vinegar, mixture of vinegars, chili flake, salt, and the star anise in here. I'm going to add the honey and the soya sauce a bit later. So put the lid back on and leave it to it. Right, let's get started. So I'm going to weigh again the plums. I'm using damson and Victoria plum in this one. So it's all half destoned. How much we've got. Should have about 1 kilogram, 500 gram each. Let me just do it in 500 grams because it's getting too much in there. So that's 5. I'm just going to use the jam. I've made the jam in. Actually got another half, so it's 1 kilogram. It's going to be a bit more. 1.5 kilogram, 1,500 grams. So we've got 1.5 kilograms, about half and half damson and Victoria plum. And we're going to add a mixture of vinegars right into it, That's it. And I'm going to add the spices. So I've got 1 star anise, salt and dried flake chili. Put that in there. And we can put that on a stove. Just remove, these jars are really warm from the dishwasher just finished. The water is boiling and we are ready to fill these jars with this lovely plum jam. And we are going to water bath candies for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna count soon. I'm gonna put all the jars in the pot. I'll wait till it starts boiling and I will start the 10 minutes from then. This jam is delicious. And we're gonna leave half an inch head space. Filled all the jars. I'm going to wipe the rim with vinegar. Make sure it's nothing on those jars. Would spoil them later on. I'm going around and clean it. And I can see a few air bubbles, especially with these hexagon jars. And I think I prefer just the normal, these round jars. So I think we're good. Run my finger through it, make sure there's no cracks on the jars. And I'm just going to use remove air bubble, just quickly wash this under hot water and try to remove these air bubbles so we can get into these corners of this hexagon jar. Okay. one by one with a jar lifter. And we've got 6, 8 lovely jam all together. I have decided a little bit blitz this as well, because you know I left the 2 big chunks, and again I think I just find it's better to have it when it's this kind of texture than when I have these big bits in it. But this is just personal choice, you know, it's what we all like. We prefer it in this consistency. Again, I'm gonna leave 1/2 inch headspace, and I'm going to fill the jars up to the rim, like that. And wait till the water boils again, and that goes for 10 minutes. Please check the recipe, because I have not followed the recipe, or I should. I did make lots of changes, so if you decide would like to make this recipe, please look the recipe up first and make your own mind up what you're gonna follow. I'm just made it for our taste, and you know, that might won't work for everybody. So the Chinese style plum sauce is doing really well. I'm going to add 300 grams of honey. It's our honey from our bees from last year. And we're going to add 200 ml. I found some more soy sauce, so I've got 200 ml of dark soy sauce. And give it a good stir. And I think I'm going to put it in the oven. It worked really well, finishing off everything in the oven. And our plum chutney is now in this water bath canner, boiling away. And dark soy sauce. Give it a good stir. And make sure I need to remember to take this star anise out. Okay, put it to the oven. The Chinese style plum sauce out of the oven. Let's have a look. Looking good. I think I'm gonna fish out the star anise and put this back just for another half an hour. Alright, fill the jars, wipe the rim. I'm just going to put finger tight the lids. Some of them are 1 part, some of them are 2 part lids. I just need 1 more, and we can put them in the water bath canner. The plum chutney is ready, so we can take it out from the water bath canner. Nine. 10. And 1 more. We made 11 jars of chutney. Let's have a taste test. this chutney. It's very nice texture. Oh, it's lovely. Sweet and spicy. Delicious. And look at this jam. Perfecto. The Chinese style plum sauce out of the oven. Let's have a look. Looking good. I think I'm gonna fish out the star anise and put this back just for another half an hour. Right, the Chinese style plum sauce is now ready. And I'm just, it's liquidy, very liquidy still. Even though it's been cooked in for 3 hours, but I've just put a tablespoon of arrowroot flour, a bit of water, and I'm going to stir that in so that will thicken it up a little bit. And I'm going to blitz this. Right, our third project. So the Chinese style plum sauce is now ready to jar. So, haven't tried it yet. Smells strong, like tangy, strong. I'm sure we can use it with nice like chicken noodles or some pasta dishes. Yeah, I'm gonna find some recipes to use it up. Again, I'm gonna fill up to this 1/2 inch headspace. Let's see how many jars we're gonna have. And the water is now boiling. I'm going to put it in a water bath canner for 10 minutes. Alright. I think I might just have the right amount of jars. Very close. All the jars are filled. I'm going to wipe the rinse, vinegar and cloth, paper towel, all around, put the lids on, water's boiling, go into the water bath canner for 10 minutes. And then take it off of the heat, wait 5 minutes and remove the jar. The water is now in full rolling boil, so the jars are now ready to go in. Put them all in. Right, all our 3 jobs now has been done. Let's test the Chinese style plum sauce. Still a bit runny. Ooh, very sour. It's nice, it's sour. Right, I think I'm going to finish in here for today, and I'm going to make the homestead plum pie tomorrow. So we had 3 big projects accomplished, and I'm really happy with the result. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you're interested with more preserving, cooking, baking, or just generally homestead life, I will be putting up a lot more videos. But for now, my friend,